first presentation is by Ms. Archana Surana, founder and director, ARC College of Design and Business. Just giving a brief profile of Ms. Archana Surana, she's a design educator, mentor, and social entrepreneur with 28 years of experience innovating in design and education. She's the founder and director of ARC College of Design and Business. She'll be talking about Design Culture Initiative, which is her mission to harness the power of design amongst the aspirants of the creative and innovative domain, enabling them to become design leaders. Can I have Ms. Surana on the stage, please?
Okay, so good morning, and I think this is a great moment where I'm going to talk about a very new initiative, right? And I think the earlier panel has actually put everything into perspective for today's conversation that I'm going to have for you. We talked about training of teachers. We talked about the power of learning to learn new things. Now, how could this be possible? Has anybody thought about it? If training is so important, what kind of training is required? Is it another skill that you're going to train people in? Are teachers into a new skill to adapt to e-learning or digital learning kind of ways? Is that a solution to experiential learning and innovative learning? That's a question that I have to the school fraternity here. And I think a lot of our leaders are outside, and I would request them if they could make their presence inside, because I would like to hear from them what is this difference and how would we bring this difference together. And as a higher education institution, we strongly felt the need that our younger people somehow have not nurtured their creativity within the school education system. They are much capable people, right? But they're so structured that they feel inhibited, and they feel their marks or the numbers or their performance in the classroom is just what they and the teachers' equation is. Whereas creativity and knowledge is not about you and your equation with your teacher. It is all about being into the real world and seeing the real world challenges and adapting and learning from that environment and bringing it inside the classroom in terms of conversations, right? So here is what we are bringing in, a culture of design that we want to build within the school education system. And why school? Even the higher education system needs it. Critical thinking, strategic thinking. We are talking about employability. Is that a challenge? No, that won't never be a challenge. If our people are creative, they're thinking out of the box, right? I think that's become quite a cliched word like. We would say, okay, think inside the box. That's not a problem. But you're going to be original. You're going to be yourself. And that's very important where you understand design. And I think as a nation, we have not addressed design for a long time. And now, because the national education policy has addressed design thinking at the level, at the class 6 standard. And that's key. Why? Because they feel that design thinking can have our young people become creators and innovators. Here is the Atmanirbhar Bharat that we are talking about. So I'm not a very PowerPoint person, so that might be a bit of a challenge for me. So we had the director skills who had come over of CBSE, who had come over to the Arch campus. And Megha, can you help me with flipping with the thing? This is not something. Okay. हाँ? अच्छा, इसको आगे? Okay, got that. Okay, right. So the Atmanirbhar Bharat has these 5 pillars, right? And I think we all understand what they mean. We have a great demographic advantage, but not a dividend yet. And we can make it a dividend together. We cannot work in silos. We have to be inclusive. The higher education needs to work with the school education system, and the school education system needs to understand the higher education system. And that's very important, and then can we only make the advantage of our demography that we actually have. Our population is our greatest strength now. Where is the demand? The demand is for people who are skilled, people who are creators, people who are innovators. That's the true demand. When we are talking about creating infrastructures for 2050, right? We are creating future leaders. What kind of leaders are we creating? We have always thought as infrastructure to be hard infrastructure. We're talking about a soft infrastructure today, a powerful infrastructure of people, of human resources. We are talking about an economy that will be supported by this new youth. The nation, the country is now dependent on the youth, which is actually in your hands, right? And then we're talking about creating robust systems. A system, when I talk about education, we always ape the West. We look at the Harvards and the MITs. Why? Why can't we create our own education systems that the world would like to follow? Why do we look up to them as premier or institutions, which are ideal? No, sorry, they aren't. If they were, we were not going to be talking about conscious capitalism. We wouldn't be talking about fair trade practices. All these practices somewhere are a part of the consumerism thought process. And we need to understand that India has a circular thinking and a circular economy which actually made us a sustainable ecosystem for all this while. While the Lehman Brothers and the American big shots fell down, India was still sustaining. Yes, we do have lack of a lot of systems. Our systems that we need to invent. That's an opportunity for creators. And we have to stop again looking at the Western system as the best. It was relevant for their countries, their nations. They didn't look up to us. Why are we looking up to them? So that's where I'm coming from. So here when we're talking about skill education, I strongly feel that skill education in isolation cannot be looked at. It has to be looked from a very holistic perspective. What kind of skills? Today, I'm on the CBSE Skill Education Committee, and they were making the soft toys and jewelry design as courses in class standard. Now, is that skills? We are talking about giving internships to students and employability and having them go for internships at that early age. Is that not the answer? Again, we need to be more deeper in our thinking. That what is the skill going to bring? 2 saal kiya, 3 saal kiya, even if you don't bring the right kind of skill to the classroom, the student might lose his interest in that skill forever. So it's very important to look at skill with design, with an ability of design. While we were talking about the Make in India drive, why not design in India? Why not create in India drive, right? That should be our intention. We need to do a backward working. And when we are talking about the Atmanirbhar Bharat, we are talking about not incremental growth. We are talking about leap, the kind of leaps and bounds, the quantum growth. And when we're talking about a design-centric approach towards skill education, that's going to be the differentiator. Otherwise, again, we're going to create people who will not want to be, because in our country, somewhere the vocational education has been always looked down. We have always looked at higher education being law or medical or those kind of professions. So that's an opportunity for us to really deliberate what skill education should be and should really mean to us and relevance. Because skills are getting outdated, they're getting dated. How fast can we cope up with these new skills? So it's very important to look at the skills hierarchy. Now, empathetic understanding of design challenges. Now, these are certain keywords we need to understand. Even design can't do anything. Have we really identified the problem to its root? Are we really empathizing, or empathy is another word? This has become another jargon in the education system. Are we really able to unfold what empathy truly would mean? Now, if we look at a design-based skill education system, we will be able to develop a culture of design in the country which will actually take us a long way. And that is what is truly the need of the hour. So Pearson, we at Arch are a Pearson BTech Center also. We offer qualifications for students to go and abroad and complete their degree in just 1 year. So the first year and second year of college education is done at Arch, right? So they have said that, research shows that students would prefer a mix of academic and technical qualifications, 74% students. And students around 16 to 18 years old in further education would prefer a vocational course because employability becomes a key factor for them, right? But today when we look at the whole ecosystem, are we again going to drive students only towards employability? Or are we really going to have them become employers? So what can, the vocational design ability do for us? It will bring an organization and to work with working deadlines, an ability to learn and adapt, look at teamwork, develop leadership, problem-solving approach, right? This is what design can bring forward. Now, if you look at the design practitioners in different sectors, this is the CII India Design Report. And can you look at the, the design disciplines? You've got interiors, graphic, animation, industrial design, allied toy and set design, ICT kind of courses, and the demand is huge, huge and huge. So I think skill education, when you got subjects like jewelry design, fashion design, I think institutions need to look at that because we have the SME sector, when you look at the small scale industries and the medium scale industries, you look at the unorganized sector in the country is so big. We need educated people to bring the organized sector together, the unorganized sector together, and create more job opportunities for our people and their livelihoods. That's a great opportunity for people to build their entrepreneurial journey. Creative entrepreneurship is at the heart of Arch College of Design and Business. So we all know about the vocal for local, and these are the couple of crafts that, people have been talking about. I just met a gentleman yesterday and say, I'm from Uttar Pradesh. वहाँ पर उन्होंने हर province को एक बोला है, एक craft और एक province जो भी है उनका कस्बा है, which is a very interesting thing. And I think it's very important to look at our local heritage, our living traditions, our indigenous knowledge systems, and build our entrepreneurial ecosystem. The world wants things from India. Why do we only have to become a producer country where they feed us with the design and we are producing for them? We can never be innovators then. We will be only recognized when we be ourselves. Now, if you look at Jaipur as a city, why we encourage people to come to Jaipur and study? Because it's a creative city, it's a world craft city, it's a heritage site, it's a UNESCO heritage site, and it's a IT hub. India's first techno hub is there, right? It's got 300 plus garment exporters, 250 handicraft exporters, jewelry exporters, who are world-class people there, right? And with interior designers and architects. So it provides a great ecosystem for people and a learning environment when it comes to creative entrepreneurship and creative design education. Now, if you look at the 6 to 8 standard, the middle school, you've got subjects like design thinking and handicrafts, material form and exploration. So these are areas where you could take up in your school. From the 9th and the 10th standard, you've got courses like multimedia, multi-foundational courses, material tools, digital skills, co-creation and learning, apparel design. So these are a couple of courses that the CBSE has listed down for schools to adapt in terms of the skill education that they want to impart. And at the 11th and 12th, you've got typography, computer application, design thinking, textile design, fashion studies, and visual communication. Now, we're going to talk about what is this design ability. So we are talking about nurturing design sense. We have our senses, right? The 5 senses and the 6th sense. Now, we need to nurture these senses first. Information will get downloaded naturally. If you have a good transmitter, what happens? Information download is very fast. So what is required is to develop the design sense, the sensitivity of the child, the sensibility. Now, these are certain keywords we've lost in our education system. The sense, the sensitivity, and the sensibility. So design is all about nurturing observation skills. Truly knowing what is empathetic understanding. The purpose and the sense and the fun. Why are we learning a subject? What purpose does it serve in your real life? The real life example. So I'm seeing a lot of these stall holders, they're trying to bring in a lot of experiential learning into the classroom, which is very interesting. So there are a lot of innovations that are happening at the level of young entrepreneurs. You're trying to understand that how the education system, where they felt that they failed and why they could not, and they're trying to bring all those solutions now, which is a great opportunity. So it brings teamwork, solving complex challenges, creative thoughts, and the ergonomics and communication and appropriately communicating your design ideas. Ideas के धनी होते हैं हम सब, पर हम में से कितने लोग materialize कर पाते हैं? Design gives you the power of materialization. Okay. Sorry. Just a second. ये पीछे वाला कैसे जाएंगे? Okay. Okay. So we have this 5-day workshop. We were talking about the training of the teachers. We have this 5-day workshop where we're going to be talking about what is design. It's just 1.5 hour workshop, which is like 90 minutes for 5 days every day. So the first day we're going to cover what is design, the evolution of design over decades and its importance. Then the second day, we've got sensitizing towards empathy and be a better understanding of the actual felt needs of people, right? The third day, it's all about idea generation, creatively using several techniques, divergent thinking, convergent thinking, and to look at idea generation as a process. Then we've got the portfolio, looking at the good elements, both in the physical and the digital realm, and create a portfolio of work. And a career in design so that you can guide your students in the right stream. Because people today, everybody has creative skills in them. And I think they somewhere want to nurture, a journey which is different. But somewhere we all get into, beta science kar lo, ya wo kar lo, go into medical or law. And, we're trying to channelize them. Whereas we need to channelize ourselves as per the strength of the child. And that's an opportunity you'll be able to see. So this course can be even extended to 5 months, not 5 months, 5 weeks, with 1 module per week. You bring in context from your classroom, deliberate, discuss, and in a group set the whole tone for it. So it could be just a class once a week with 5 weeks of module, or you can do it at a stretch for 5 days. So this is an opportunity for schools here to adapt to this course of ours, which we've already tried it out with a lot of schools. We've done a lot of we did a virtual principal conference. So we've done around 4 to 5 of these. We had the CBSE director who was there on campus. We had 50 to 60 school principals from Jaipur who were there. And we have created a group with the CBSE and the Princess Diya Kumari Foundation, and ARCH is supporting the initiative there as well. Now, how would we nurture it? Just one training is not sufficient, right? So it has to start with the teachers, that's for sure. We all know that because the student comes later. And to build this culture of design, we have initiated the Design Culture Club. So we will be giving activities and initiatives that the club will undertake, the children will undertake. And they're going to be very much in sync with your classrooms. That will actually help you do less work. And they will be doing more of their work on their own. That is what the Culture Club would initiate. Then we've got the young design ambassadors. We want, our youth to become our nation's ambassadors. And at a very early stage, we're going to give them the responsibility of being ambassadors and the flag bearers of design. That's what our program is for the younger ones. Then for the senior ones, we call them leaders. अब वो student बच्चे नहीं रहे. आज की तारीख में आप अगर 11th 12th में हो तो आप लीडरशिप के साथ आप आगे बढ़ सकते हो. So they are going to be the future leaders who are going to pave the path and build the culture. Together then we have the Design Culture School Annual Awards. So this is happening on the 2nd. We're going to have the former director of NID, Professor Vyas, who's on our advisory board, Professor Pradumna Vyas. He's going to be there. We're going to have the World Design Organization president who's going to be there with us. We're going to have the Cumulus, which is another 300-member institutions, art, media, design, and architecture. Their general secretary, she's going to be with us. And this is going to be a school award ceremony that we have for the most innovative school, the design thinking school. Please do apply for it. That's an opportunity. We have a stall here. We can give you more details. Please give your contact details. We'll share all these details with you. So I've already talked about this, and we can share this presentation also with you in case you are interested. So it's the best design school, the best art and design department. We've got innovative community project in design education, best design faculty, innovative in teaching methods, lifetime achievement award in design education, in imparting design-led education, in fact. Okay, so here I go with Arch. So a little I'll share about myself is, I moved from Delhi to be in Jaipur, got married to a lawyer, and just realized that, I had a skill. I had learned fashion, and I was teaching here at South Delhi Polytechnic, and a couple of months, and then I went to the city and I saw there was a huge amount of raw materials. I did fashion, and I was the first person to start a course in jewelry design in the city of Jaipur 27 years back. And today we are the only one in the country with a bachelor's in design degree, affiliated with the University of Rajasthan. I was the dean of India's first skills university, Rajasthan Skills University, for the last 2 years as well, nurturing these courses at a vocational level as well, and now at a BDES level as well. And if you see the bachelor's in design in fashion, interior, jewelry, graphic, and product design, and we also have a BBA, which is more design-centric, design thinking-centric, which is a 3-year program. And then we have an international study abroad master's bachelor's program. And you study 2 years with us, first year and second year of college education, HND level 5. Level 6 is graduation year, and level 7 is post-graduation year. 2 साल abroad, 2 साल इधर. India में आपने 4 साल पढ़ा, वहीं आपको 4 साल में master's हो जाएगा. Right? And you get the experience of both worlds. The best of both worlds you can take with you. And then we've got our master's in design, which is again design and entrepreneurship driven programs, because entrepreneurship is very core to me, And I started my journey in just 2 rooms from my residence as an entrepreneur. Today we are globally recognized. We have a very strong global footprint, and we offer these professional online programs as well. We are talking about online education, right? On campus and online as well. Okay, so our key features is that we have very good industry placements. To be very honest, I'm going to be very candid with you. 20 years I didn't have a placement officer because we never needed them. There's so much of dirt, there's so much of demand for trained professionals in design. Right? Now we have it because all the private universities have opened one design department. People like us have set a benchmark that yes, we can do well, right? Without a university kind of name or support, because design is so relevant. We had only a university degree come to us in 2017. But we ran our 4-year courses on our own flagship identity. That is the power of design. That's the power of entrepreneurship. That's the power of employability. So we have global collaborations. We are a 100% solar-equipped, energy-efficient campus. We are centrally located in the heart of the city. We have a great hostel facility and the state-of-art infrastructure with labs and things, and with great placements and international collaborations. So now these are our skill labs there, the furniture lab, the 3D printing, laser cutting, scanning, metal lab, terracotta, photography, sewing lab, manufacturing, natural dyes, printing. All these kind of labs are all available on the campus, right? And we do a lot of social upliftment projects. We've done the Dell Foundation project. We've done with the Melinda Bill Gates Foundation, looking at the fair trade practice within the value chain of the jewelry industry. We've done the design clinic need assessment scheme with the micro, small, medium enterprise. So these are a couple of projects with the UKRI, the British Council. Right now we have a Erasmus Plus project which is going on, which is all about social and sustainable entrepreneurship and creating a master's level program in it. Now these are a couple of things we did in, we've been doing with the schools all this while. Okay, just to share, I just talked about the British Council UKRI project. So this is a design communication portal that we developed, and the portal is all about sharing, creating a community of creative people. And anybody can go onto the portal and see the work of our students, their portfolios are up, and that's how it is. So all these students who will become a part of the design leaders, the design ambassadors, they'll all become a part of the portal, and they will have a community to share, talk, understand what design and creativity is all about. So that is something that you can take as an opportunity to be with us on. Now here we have our design culture, Pink City Design Confluence. So we have JLF as a partner. So we did a fashion show at the Amer Fort in January 2020. We had a Jaipur Fashion Manifesto which was signed by 15 countries, right? 4 continents and 30 higher education institutions from across the globe, talking about circularity in fashion and responsible fashion. And this year, it's all about design, and we have research papers, digital posters, presentations. Jaipur is beautiful in January. If you want to bring your children, you want to come over for the literature festival, you're most welcome. 31st, we have a fashion show again at the Amer Fort. I have a panel at the JLF. And 1st and 2nd, we have the on-ground event, where you can be in the environment, the students can do workshops, play, have fun, the teachers can enjoy all the sessions, understand what is design. And we also have the online one on 27th and 28th, where we have around international people who can't travel in, we'll be doing for them online. So you can get registered for that event as well. And we have a designathon for schools on 19th, and on 21st, we have it for the colleges. This is with the Department of IT, Government of Rajasthan, that we're doing it with the Bhamasha Techno Hub, right? And the design ability, I just talked about the workshops. That's available for you guys. So we're doing a free workshop for principals, and even for school teachers, we can do it for free. That's a 1.5 hour workshop. So if teachers want to get together, we are happy to do this workshop. Our very senior Professor Bhargav Mistry, they're all senior NID people, have really been practitioners. They'll be conducting these workshops, right? So for this, we have TiE Rajasthan. I'm a TiE charter member as well. And we have RAIN, the Rajasthan Angel Investment Network. They'll be supporting the, the designathon and their entries. And that's it. Thank you. So these are the design awards categories. So you can just have a look at it. And yes, this is Dr. Biswajit Saha, and this is our campus here. We've got all the principals here, all eminent principals from Jaipur City. Yes, so dig deep, be a design thinker. That's an opportunity for all of us. So you're welcome to our beautiful Jaipur City in the month of January, and we look forward to partnering with you for having these clubs and the design leaders. And I'm very passionate of building a culture of design in this country. And India being a voice globally for our education systems. We were always a voice when it was Nalanda. Let's build that Nalanda in this country everywhere. So we have all your people here who can do that together. Thank you.
That was really beautiful, ma'am. In fact, I was watching the presentation, and it was a very colorful presentation.
Achha.
I must say, and a very beautifully colorful presentation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Archana ji, and it was a wonderful presentation, and plus your words were really, really encouraging. I would, in fact, like to invite Mr. Abhishek Jani again on the dais, on the stage, in fact. He is the CEO of Fair Trade India project of the Center for Social Markets, to present a token of gratitude to our speaker, Ms. Archana Surana. Can I have a token for ma'am, please? The Arch College of Design and Business, Jaipur, also has a stall in the expo, so in case you need to know anything more or you need to connect with them again,